Hello there. What's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be putting together a fleet for you, the community, to use to battle me. Now, you're not going to know my fleet, but we are going to build your fleet. And this is based off of user suggestions. This was actually discussed in a previous live stream. So thanks to Alpha 11, who actually suggested part of this build. And so we're going to talk about, I've kind of filled in the blanks. So we're going to be using Ryan Kingston's Fleet Builder, by the way. I'll put a link to Ryan Kingston's Fleet Builder in the description below. And we're going to start off with 3 ships. We're going to start with an MC-80 assault cruiser. We are going to also add in 2 MC-30s. Now, the MC-30s that were specified in this case were actually not torpedo frigates, but rather scout frigates. And we're going to have 2 of those. And what I'm going to do is, before I duplicate them, I'm going to go ahead and put, we're going to put the lovely ordnance experts on it and then duplicate. And that's kind of how we're starting out. All I was given was those 3 ships, plus a few squadrons. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm going to fill in the rest. The idea is this was talked about as an Akbar fleet. And so, of course, we'll put Akbar on the MC-80. That makes, by far, I think, the most sense. And I'm going to build this out for you guys. And I will certainly let you guys know when it gets closer to time to run this particular live stream. I'm not sure if it's going to be this weekend or next weekend. It might be next weekend when we do, but I'll try to give you guys some notice when we try to set it up. But basically, the way that this will work is I'll have the everything set up, and I'll try to have cameras overhead. I might have multiple cameras. I'm going to see if I can swing multiple cameras again, kind of like I did with the last Legion live stream. But I'll be playing a 2-player game, and I'll be controlling probably an Imperial force, and you guys will be controlling this Rebel force. I understand that you can't set command dials, and that's okay because I am going to let you guys just tell me what command you want to reveal for each ship. So you're going to have an advantage that way. So it's a pretty big advantage too, so you never have to worry about what you're going to plan. But I'll do my best to give you guys good information, and hopefully the cameras will also give you good information. Okay, now that you got the premise out of the way, we are going to look at, since we're going with MC-30s, and we're not going to have those blue dice. Of course, we are going to have some longer range shots. So that's kind of one thing that the MC-30 Scout Frigate kind of gives us, is that as red dice, we can get that Akbar triggered at longer range. I don't normally run Scout Frigates. I normally run torpedoes. But, hey, one way to make this work is to run Home 1 on the MC-80 Assault Cruiser. Now, I was considering just MC Exodus Fleet on all of these, just so we could have some really cool, usage of the Exodus Fleet title, but it's worthless if I don't also put it on the MC-80. But Home 1's going to be much too important here, because we're going to be missing, those red dice. The problem is they have blanks, and we don't want blanks. So, that's what we're using with the Home 1. We're going to have lots of red dice. They're going to probably have at least 1 red, and so Home 1's going to help these guys, get all the black crits with the accuracy. And that's going to work out quite well. I mean, potential for massive, massive damage. Potential. Probably not always going to get it, but the potential's there. All right, so I'm going to build out the flagship. We're going to give this thing a little bit of a couple of different options. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to give it engine text. We're going to give it ECM. And so this way it's got some mobility, and it's got some defense. But it needs a little bit of offense also, because we're only running 3 ships. We need our ships' hits to count. Again, we're going to have a lot of red dice on the MC-80. And one way to mitigate those bad rolls there is leading shots. This is one of the few tricks that the MC-80 actually has built into it. And, I could go with... if I'm running it, a lot of times I'm going to want to put linked turbo laser towers on an MC-80. I definitely get that. But... you guys are already going to be able to get rerolls with leading shots, so I don't think you need linked turbo laser towers here, although it's good. I'm going to go with XI7. in this case. Now, you guys will obviously be able to tell me what you want to do for linked turbo lasers. That'll be something that we talk about in the. With leading shots, you'll be able to like, hey, do you want to spend stuff? And it's like you got like a bunch of blank dice, but you want to spend this blue hit. That's something that we'll decide kind of in real time in the chat, and stuff like that. So you guys will be able to make those decisions. And it'll be majority rule in that point. Although if you are a channel member, indicated by that whole YouTube channel member thing, that's one little bonus that members are going to be able to trump non-members. And so that's like this whole like $5 a month YouTube thing, and it's one of the few benefits that I actually am able to interacts with channel members a little differently, because you'll have an icon next to your name, and the icon grows the longer you've been a channel member and kind of gets more and more fancy and stuff like that. So that's kind of like almost like a rank thing. So but it's something that's not used a whole lot, and so I'm trying to come up with other ways to kind of utilize that. All right, so the MC30 thing, we've got we're gonna run both of these. We're gonna run Admonition for the top one. We're gonna give him Lando. That's pretty standard right there, right? And for our crit, I'm just going to go Advanced Protons. Assault Concussions is good also, but Advanced Protons is just simpler, and also just really, really good. And then for this one, I'm going to give this one Foresight, because Foresight is also good. Not quite as defensive as Lando, but since we're going to be doing some long-range stuff, then hopefully the Foresight will kick in. And also, I want to give him some extra defense, so I'm going to give him Major Durlin. And you guys can tell me when you want to use him, but I imagine it's going to be the first chance you get. And then Assault Protons, again, for that one. So these two are going to be very, very similar for the MC30s. We've got a little bit of points left, and I am going to make it a little easier. Because the problem is here's a lot of ships that you want to be navving, probably a lot. And none of these are really dedicated carriers, so I'm like, well, how are we going to do squadrons? Because the MC30s can't really do squadrons too much. The MC80 can do some squadrons, but since I gave it engine text, I'm like, oh, it probably wants to nav. It's probably going to want to nav a pretty good amount. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys rogues. Now, using Ryan Kingston's fleet builder, we can sort by rogues, and boom, 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 click on Rogue right there, and now we've got all the rogues available. Can't use Lando because he is already available in there. But we can go with 2 generic YT-2400s, which are really solid ships. That's going to give us 2 rogues in the build, and that is going to bring us up to 399 points, which is actually a really good stopping point. There's certainly tweaks that could be made. Major Durlin could possibly be dropped. Foresight could possibly be dropped. If I were playing this a little more competitively, I could downgrade these, the MC30s. I don't think MC30s are really the best Akbar ship, but it's okay, because you're going to get to pick your command on the fly. And we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking I might run some kind of Super Star Destroyer build for this one. That might give you a slight advantage if you're able to, fly straight at it and line up some double arc shots. I think that's something that I might do. I think it'd be a good challenge for me as a Super Star Destroyer, fan, to see how well I do against an Akbar fleet that has some mobility and can come in and try to double arc me. I think that'll be, or double side, or I should say Akbar / me. That's something I think will be really fun. So that's basically it. I'm probably going to come in at under 399 and try to take first player. So I'm not going to worry about objectives because at a certain point, I think it'd be unfair. So I'm just going to let you guys pick from my objectives. I think that's the fairest way to do something like this. And I think that's kind of probably where we stop. I mean, can I put one more point on here? I mean, what, skilled first officer maybe? That's going to be pointless because you're just going to pick your pick your poison each turn. So I don't think it really even matters. That's the only thing I think for 1 point we could get on there that would even do anything. So I think we're just going to leave that alone. I will say though, if I wasn't doing home 1, I think with the MC30s, if you're going to go scout frigate, I think linked turbolasers is actually a really cool option for them. I think that's a really cool, thing to consider. I mean, honestly, linked turbolasers has become one of my favorite upgrades ever, and I wish there were more than just 2 in Rebellion in the Rim. Okay, so at this point, I have been talking about giveaways. I've got a giveaway winner to announce, and that's going to be Master Jedi Dude, a subscriber on YouTube. Thank you for your entry. You have just won a $25 Amazon gift card. Just go ahead and shoot me an email, and I will get your contact information. You can find all of my contact info if you go to Krabok.com, the contact me page, or you can go to the about page on the back end of my YouTube channel, and you're gonna get my email, shoot me an email, we'll get you squared away. All right, guys, that is the build. Stay subscribed. Stay looking for more information for, first off, when the next contest is going to happen, and second off, when the live stream is going to happen. And then you guys will be running this build against me. All right, that's all I've got for you today. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to the patrons on Patreon. You guys are absolutely amazing and definitely help make this all possible. Thank you so much. And as always, have a great day.